Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Saturday night. So, obviously, because of the live stream going in and out, yesterday the live chat basically died on me. I'll be on for the next hour or so. So, hope to find you all well this evening. Just the usual shout outs Rocker Runner Unknown 289. Good evening. Who else have we got? We've got Barry here as well. Good evening. Who else? Who else? We've got Gary is here as well. Welcome, Gary. Tardis was here earlier. I don't know if Tardis is still here, but hello. Let me see. So yeah, that's about it at the moment, isn't it? Let me see. What am I doing here? We've got John Guggen as well is here, and Eva is here. So basically, for the next hour, let's just talk about what we have learned so far about Series 12. We will talk about all the rumors. We will talk about all the speculation. I also have a video straight after this live stream. I will have another video to put up, so there'll be one after this live stream. Going to keep busy. Just so everybody knows, Cheryl is still a little unwell, but as she has said to me, this happens every so often, but it just hasn't happened in a while. So, but she'll be okay. So she just told me to let you know that she will be okay. Don Smith is here as well. How are you? So, yeah. So basically, we'll just talk about. So we might as well talk. We'll start backwards. So we'll talk about the Cybermen. So everybody's had time to adjust to the fact that the Cybermen are going to reappear for Series 12. Now, obviously, if you've been following this channel from the start, we've obviously covered the Cybermen coming back a few months back, a good few months back, actually. Thank you, Don, for the prayers. I'll let her know. Hey, is there any word on the Michael Sheen rumor? Well, here's the thing. I'll address the Michael Sheen thing as well. What apparently seems to be the situation is, and what's been speculated now, this doesn't come from me source. This is just speculation that people and observations that people have made. They reckon that Michael Sheen might be out of the pay bracket. He might be a bit expensive. So I don't know if BBC will go down that route. Obviously, James Murray's name has also been thrown into the fray. People are saying he would be the cheaper option. Doesn't necessarily mean he'd be the worst option. But all I care about really is the BBC making the right choice. And if it's Michael Sheen, James Murray, or someone else, I don't really care. Once it's the right person and that person comes in and understands that they have to adapt themselves to the role and not the other way around. It's just as simple as that. Obviously, then it'll be handy enough if they get the right showrunner in place and they get the right team in place also. So there's a lot of things that have to happen. I could be happy with Shane for a season like Eccleston to get the Doctor Who mojo. I agree. Get back the Doctor Who mojo. I agree. I would say that for me personally, I think you need to go big. Surely Donald, the new showrunner, should get the final say. Ordinarily, that has seemed to be the case, but because this era has been such a disaster for the BBC, they have put a brief out there. So that's what's being told to me. Again, as I say, it's up to you as whether you believe that or not. But That's what I've been told. I just think it's panic stations right now, John, to be quite honest with you. John Giggs is also here, and welcome. Yvette said Shane would be my choice. Yeah, I think once his name was mentioned, everybody had basically said Michael Shane would be the choice. But yeah, you've got to remember, BBC aren't like HBO and other uh, companies like that. So we have to be realistic here. But yeah, I think everybody has made up their mind and wants Michael Sheen. But whoever they pick for the role, I just say, look, let's get behind them as much as we can. See what comes out. As I said last night, let's see what they come up with, before we start judging anything. So it's like when the seventh Doctor was being cast and the BBC insisted on screen tests. Yeah, I reckon that's the way it's going to go, to be quite honest with you, Tyrese. I mean, they have to do it right this time. I mean, they can't mess it up. They can't mess it up again. Unknown 289 says we need to get Michael Sheen as the Doctor with a re- resurrected Dalek Dave as his companion, as they would have to fight a monster past the cellar. Oh. Barry says maybe then the BBC are prepared to pay for high profile to get this mess put right. I would like to think that they would put all their chips in one basket with Michael Sheen, but it does come with a risk. Always comes with a risk. Obviously, when you cast a new person to the role, it's always going to be a risk. Is this a risk worth taking? I think it is. I think it is. I think at this stage they've actually nothing to lose. So, personally speaking, myself, Michael Sheen would be my choice. And I'm not going to shy away from that, but I will support whoever they put in place. It's as simple as that. Um, you know, this is the last chance saloon. Don Smith says disaster. People begged for 10 and 11 merchandise. The BBC couldn't make enough, but stores can sell 13 figures and the like, says Don Smith. Yvette says he was fantastic in Good Omens with David Tennant. The AC doctor says, hi, Noel, how's Cheryl doing? She's still a bit unwell. It's a bit of a thing phase that she kind of goes through. She's explained it to me as well because I got very worried. But it's a thing that happens because of she has a connective tissue disorder and it affects her whole body. So she'll be right as rain in a couple of days. She's in bed resting now. So if she does happen to need me or anything at any stage during the live stream, obviously you understand that, I'm gonna go and see if she's okay. The wife comes first, obviously, and always. Jack says hello, welcome, Jack. Terry says Dalek Dave is my greatest creation. Rocker Runner again about Dalek Dave. John Guggen says, what do you reckon to this Patterson Joseph business? Would they cast the Black Doctor after the Jodie? At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the skin color of the Doctor. Once it's a male Doctor, I don't care. Cast the best person for the role. That's all we've ever wanted. And the best person wasn't cast for the role the last time round. So just cast the best person for the role. It doesn't matter. My personal choice before I found out about obviously Michael Sheen being in the frame was Richard Ayoade. So he was my choice. So I have no problem who the actor is once they are capable of taking the role, making it their own, but also like doing the role justice and playing the role the way it's supposed to be played. And the stream did cut out a little bit, but the live comments seem to be okay so far. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a YouTube thing because I was actually watching other people's videos and they were kind of cutting out as well. So I think it's a whole issue with YouTube. Do you know what? Lately, since they start adding in all those new algorithms and all, YouTube hasn't been the same. Um, Whoever it will be, a male I heard a while back. Is it that still the case, Noel? Yeah, look, I said this after, when was it? I think it was a couple of weeks after resolution that BBC were going back to a traditional male doctor. So, I mean, I've been saying this months and months and months ago. So, I mean, um, look, all indications show that that's the route BBC are going down. Look at the BBC silence still is unbelievable. I mean, do they really think we're that thick that their silence is gone? And the fact that, like, okay, the Cybermen are back. Do they think that that's going to actually calm fans down? Even the pro Jody side are kind of, as someone said last night, you could see that there seems to be a change in their attitude. They're not as nasty, if you've noticed, either. Um, because they know there's something up. They won't admit it to themselves. They won't admit it publicly, right? But you can see by their behaviour, they know something is up. John Giggs says, unlike when Jodie was cast and you lot did not give Jodie a chance. Hang on for a minute now, right? I originally I will agree with that point to a certain extent, right? There is some fans out there that I will admit haven't yet given Jodie Whittaker a chance. There were some fans like me that said they wouldn't watch and then ended up watching and gave her a chance, right? It's always the same with every doctor anyway, right? There was people that didn't like Peter Capaldi. You look at the way Twitter reacts to Peter Capaldi. You see the way those fans react to Peter Capaldi and the disgusting abuse that man has gotten, ageism, the whole lot, right? Like, it's ridiculous, right? Every doctor has actually faced some sort of criticism, right? And I've actually shown it on my Twitter feed on several occasions when Patrick Troughton was actually cast. Someone called him Coco the Clown, right? Some people said you've ruined Doctor Who, you've ruined William Hartnell's character, blah, 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 blah. And what happened? The show's gone on for 55 years. So, listen, everybody criticises a doctor. Yes, Jodie was criticised more intensely, and rightly so, because she was the first female doctor. She was taken over from a role that was traditionally a male role. Of course, the focus was going to be on everything that she did, everything that she said. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm sorry, there is certain fans out there that didn't give her a chance, but fans like me did give her a chance, and she failed miserably. Dan Smith, you should put Cheryl and Tardis in the same sick ward and let them cheer each other up. uh, Hello, Bad Wolf 66. Unknown 289 says, where is it? 478 subscribers now. You are almost there. Only 22 subscribers to go. Yeah, I can't believe it. The last couple of days, the channel has jumped up. I didn't think I'd even make it. I even said I wouldn't make it to 500 before Christmas. And it looks like I'm going to get there before that. I'm not counting me chickens. Obviously, it could all go pear shaped, because you know what, online communities are like. You say one bad thing and then that's it. You're screwed. So have to be careful. Don Smith says, I know a way it would happen. Takia Wati, would make a great doctor. As I said, just pick the best person for the role. I mean, it doesn't matter. Look, gender makes a difference, right? It should be a male doctor, right? But other than that, then you just pick the right actor for the role. It's as simple as that. And whether they're black, white, Chinese, fucking you name it, whatever else the stream again. This is happening now every couple of minutes. I gave her a chance and she was crap, says Yvette. Yeah. At this point, are the Daleks and the Cybermen as seen as expected the go-tos that indicate a lack of a lack of where is it of creativity or new ideas on the part of who creative teams? I think it is. I think it is. I think they just roll out the Daleks and the Cybermen and whatever they can if they don't if they're desperate. Um, Moffat even did it himself a few times. You know, when he knew the show was on a bit of a slide, he'd bring back the Daleks in some capacity. Bull says, well said, no, thank you. Looking back at Moffat's run, that bad now? No, you know, there's still things I didn't like that he did in the book. Compared to Chibnall, uh, he is definitely Shakespeare compared to that. Phil. Tyrese said, I gave her a chance. Rocket Runner says she didn't help herself by going after fans the way she did. Exactly. But as I will say, you know, most of the responsibility comes on to Chibnall and his employers. Um, Sing us a Halloween song. I might have to do a Halloween song now at this stage if I get to 500, and then do Christmas song if I get to a couple of Christmas songs if I get to 1,000. I don't mind. I'm up for a laugh anyway. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. You know me. I don't take myself seriously anymore. There's no point. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, everybody can tell that there's something up now at this stage. You know what I mean? You don't have to have sources now to know that there's something up. Do you know what I mean? It's actually ridiculous. And tomorrow is the 4th of September, isn't it? So, you know, Sunday, Monday, maybe. You never know. We'll have to see. John Guggen says, you're doing great, Noel. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Don Smith says, I tell you, when I gave up on Jodie, it was in that San Diego Comic-Con video where she was introduced. All she needed to do, all needed to get to San Diego, she considered taking the TARDIS, but said no because it's not. It said not for personal use. Yeah, didn't she dress up in that costume, that black get up, the catsuit thing, and start walk? She walked out on a catwalk or something. The live chat is gone again, believe it or not. So I'm gonna do the pop-up chat, and hopefully this time the pop-up chat works. I don't know what's going on with me internet, to be quite honest with you. Right, here we go. Right. So I'm gonna move up the chat. Right, here we go. So Don Smith said stealing the TARDIS is the most Doctor thing to do, and she didn't do it. I agree. Bad Wolf 66 says, yeah, I hated all the inconsistencies, plot holes, and fairy tale crap, but it still felt like Doctor Who. I've said that as well, and I do agree with you, Bad Wolf 66. John Giggs, you need to learn how to love transsexuals. Someone said don't feed the trolls. He is gone, so don't worry about that. Where are we now? I haven't seen any trolls because obviously me I've got Jesus, most of me moderators are here anyway. It's already John is gone now, so you can ignore it. So I'm just ignoring the comments that mention him. I'm dreaming of a spooky Christmas just like the ones they used to have, as says Bad Wolf 66. Watch his videos, Yvette. They're funny. His response to trolls. The BBC still have not denied it, says Super John, and welcome, Super John. You are right, they still haven't, which is unusual. And Therese says, I tell you what, at Tardis own official YouTube channel, if you reach 1K, I will do a cover of Doctor in Distress with you. Wow. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, you know me, man. I'm up for anything. You know what I mean? And as we always do, we have each other's backs anyway. So thank you. Appreciate that. Yvette says, Tyrese, Dr. India Tardis. LOL. Rocker Runner. We will hold you to that, Tyrese, says Rocco Runa. Bad Wolf 66, BBC are on the defensive. I agree. Look, no response is very telling. Remarked OM, really enjoy your vids, Noel. I'm glad your subscribers are going up. You deserve it. Thanks very much, and thanks very much for being here and subscribing. I really appreciate all the support. I really do. Barry says, I still fail to see how the doctor can be other than male. Otherwise, it means he also a grandmother to Susan, who could now be dark-haired Irishman with a beard. I'm telling you, it is gone ridiculous. I know the point you're trying to make, and it is. It's ridiculous. Look, the character shouldn't have changed gender. And I'm sorry, if people still want to go around and call me sexist for that, that's fine. I don't care. It's being proved, right, that it doesn't work. Okay? And look at, do you know what? If Olivia Colman turned this role down, what a bullet she dodged. Seriously, what a bullet she dodged. That would have ruined her career. Seriously. Bad Wolf 66. Well, a tactical retreat. Let's get a dwarf doctor. Now. Bad Wolf 66. What did we say about that now? You have to use the politically correct term. You are not sexist, Noel. Just saying. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, there's not many sane people left in the world, is there? Unfortunately. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Now I've heard, I don't know how true it is. Just going off Doctor Who, off topic now. Apparently, Sony and Disney now are still talking about the Spider-Man thing. What's annoying me is that Disney know and the fans know that Disney needs Spider-Man, right? Because without Spider-Man, Phase 4 is going to be, you know, as Ballstreck said, it will be profitable for the first couple of years, but then after that, then people will just get sick and tired of the wokeness. So Spider-Man is key to them. The only problem is, look, it's a catch-22 for fans, because on one hand, there's fans out there that want Disney, so Sony to screw Disney over and actually say no, right? And then on the other hand, there's obviously the fans that want to keep it in the MCU because they know if it doesn't stay in the MCU is basically fucked. All right? Now, in my opinion, what would I rather see? I would rather see Spider-Man go back to Sony and Sony to stick to their guns. Yes, it's a risk. Yes, there's a chance that they could go all out woke as well with Spider-Man. They've proved it with Ghostbusters 2016 how woke they are. But they might learn lessons this time. And I think that's worth a risk than going to Disney. And we know Disney. We've even seen what Kevin Feige has said, or someone from Disney said, that Spider-Man will eventually, what did they say? Stan Lee apparently was so, how do I put this? Stan Lee was strongly against Spider-Man's character turning gay. Now, he wasn't homosexual, or homophobic, I should say, Stan Lee. It was just that that's not the way the character was written. So he doesn't want that. right? And that's not what he wanted. Now, Disney have already indicated, there's an article put up, I don't know if it was Bolstrek or if it was Doomcock or one of those guys, Neurotic. They put up an article that showed that a Disney executive said that eventually Spider-Man would change, right? It would change sexuality, right? Now, that's not what Stan Lee wants, right? And that's not what he wanted. So, in my opinion, right, it has to go back to Sony. Seriously, has to go back to Sony. Screw Disney. Seriously, feck them. The MCU is dead. Let's be honest. MCU is dead, right? Now I've seen all this She-Wolf business crap, right? All this Disney Plus crap that they're throwing out now, right? I'm telling you, you can see it a mile away. And why do people still want Spider-Man to go back to Disney? I just don't get it. Do you know what? People, fans of the MCU have to understand, right? That Spider-Man is not going to be used to save. And look, I don't give a shit if Captain Marvel ends up being the face of the MCU. She's going to kill it anyway, so let her kill it. I'd rather Spider-Man stay out of the clutches of Disney right now. I'm sorry, but no. And the shameful thing about it is, we talked about this as well. Ollie's father, everybody thought, well, maybe because Sony had Spider-Man back, there'd be something done about Ollie's grave. Well, unfortunately, the problem is that Disney still own the character rights to Spider-Man, and Sony only own the film rights, and it's ridiculous. Poor that father is still not going to get his wish for his son. It's bloody ridiculous. And you know what? I spoke about this the last time. People saying they're going to pick and choose which Disney movie or which uh, Marvel movies to watch, right? Because they're disgusted at their behavior. I'm sorry, but that's not going to cut it. As I said, if you're going to do a boycott, you do a full boycott. End of. That's what you do. You do a full boycott. You hurt them, right? You can't just pick and choose. Well, I'm going to see this movie, but I'm not going to see this movie and this movie because this movie is going to be too woke. You just don't go and see any of them, right? Then Disney will have to course correct, because if they don't, they're going to lose. They're going to keep losing money, right? And they've already lost money, but they need to keep losing money. When people talk about a boycott, you don't boycott something for a couple of days or a couple of hours or a couple of weeks, right? If you're gonna boycott, you boycott a full boycott. Sony is worse than Disney. Plus, I think Peter Parker has to be straight white male according to documents in the Sony leak. Yeah, but when you see an article by the executives of Disney coming out and saying that, that Doctor Who, do you hear me? That Spider-Man's sexuality it could change. I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous. See that the Black Panthers 2 is trending on Twitter, says Bad Wolf 66. Why is it trending on Twitter? Did they drop a trailer or something? Like, I mean, all the hype for that movie as well. You break it down, it was a mediocre movie. I just don't get it. Really don't. The wounds of Amazing Spider-Man are still fresh. Well, I liked Amazing Spider-Man. I just didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 2. Um, but do you know what? We have to give Sony a chance again. I'm sorry, but you've given Disney chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. Why can't you just give Sony one last chance? See what they do with Spider-Man. I would rather it stay with Sony than in the greasy claws of an organization that just wanted to. And you all know what's going to happen. It's going to turn out Spider-Man is just going to go so woke, and then the character will be unrecognized. You know, everybody keeps saying, I don't know how many times all these big YouTubers have to keep saying it, right? But I'm going to say it again, right? They are trying to take our characters, our well-established characters, and destroy them. Every single one of them. Every franchise that we love, right? This is not done for creativity. It's done to destroy them all, right? That's exactly what it is. Um, they dropped a trailer yesterday for the Lady and the Tramp live action remake. It looks pretty bad. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, Unknown 289. Look, I'm not watching nothing from Disney. I haven't. I haven't even watched the last Spider-Man movie. I haven't. Because when I mean a boycott, I mean a bloody boycott. And I won't even watch it on a dodgy site or anything like that. I wouldn't even I don't want to be even enjoying their movies. I'm sorry, they're just, no, no. The MCU, I'm sorry, it's had its run as far as I'm concerned. It needs to end now. Seriously. Until all this fucking madness, SJW wokeness madness ends. Seriously. Hello, internet problems today. Yeah, I've had a few internet problems. The live stream was going in and out. I've had to change the live chat over to the pop-up, so I can't actually, I'm not looking into the screen. I'm actually looking at the comments over here. So if I'm looking kind of weird, it's because the comments are on the left-hand side of the page. But seriously, like how many franchises are they going to keep destroying before people decide a boycott is a but that's it. Yeah, boycott includes buying merch, DVDs, and Blu-rays. It's a full boycott. You don't go to the cinema and give them your ticket money. You don't go and buy the merchandise for your favorite Disney movies or your favorite Disney franchises. Even if you do like them, you don't. You just look at. I know it's gonna. Some of you will really want some of the merch that's out there, right? And even though some of you complain, there's certain merch that some of you will buy because you like certain characters or whatever. But you have to stop that for a while. You have to. You do it for 6 months, a year, right? Don't buy anything Disney, right? It's going to hurt their pockets because not just one person's going to do it. A lot of people are going to do it. I've even said this to the bigger YouTubers. I've actually texted them like a video and said, all out boycott is what's needed here, right? Even Doomcock has spoke about it, and he's right. We need it. It needs to stop. The only way you can stop this is an all-out. But look at right. People laugh and say when big YouTubers say it's a pop culture war and all this, right? It is. That's exactly what it is. And what you do in a war, there's two sides, but this side, we need to be doing more. So what you do is you boycott. And it might sound stupid and the simplest thing to do, but if you hurt Disney in their pockets, trust me, they will course correct. Exactly, Don Smith. Look at Gillette. They lost 8 billion. 8 fucking billion. Right? Look at me beard. People are slagging me beard, right? The reason why I have a beard now is because I don't buy Gillette razors anymore. I bought an electric razor, but I like it with the little beard, so I keep it, but I have an electric one. There's not one Gillette product in my bathroom. I wouldn't have them in my bathroom, and I'm glad they lost the 8 billion. And they deserve it. But that's what you need to do as well. Men actually did boycott Gillette. And then, do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing was, though? Gillette's response to it was this. Well, the reason why there's a bit of a downturn in profits is because more men are growing beards. Men have been growing beards for years. Yes, I will admit that beards seem to be in fashion the last 4 or 5 years, but that hasn't affected your sales last year going down to 8 billion. You can make up all the excuses you want. Men, stop buying all your products because you went full woke as idiots with that trailer. And actually, I did a video. Actually, do you know what I will do? I will re-upload that video, right? I'll re-upload that video because that's a brilliant video. And if anybody hasn't seen the video, do you know what? Gillette deserved it. Same, Disney has to people have to start doing it. Yeah, I know. The thing is, even if Sony get the movie rights, but Disney still earn the merch rights. Exactly. So don't buy any of the merchandise. It's as simple as that. Sony will still make money from the movie rights anyway. Do you know what I mean? You just won't make that percentage on the merch if people stop buying the merch. You just look at people just need to do you do it's about time, right? Everybody moans and bitches all the time, even myself, right? But it's at least I'm trying to do stuff out there. I am trying to make a difference, right? I do voice me opinions. I do try alert you to things that are happening, right? And okay, me channel has mostly focused on Doctor Who, but I have highlighted issues like Disney's treatment of Ollie Jones's father, right? I have highlighted Brie Larson and the Captain Marvel's stunt double fiasco. I also put up an article about a movie that she did. What was it called? Some Indian Blues or Summer Blues or something about in India, right? Where she basically and I actually put up the responses of all the Indian what you call it critics over there, and they slated the movie. And that woman still has a career. If that was anybody else, their career would be ended. Do you know what I mean? This is the kind of stuff we have to fight against. So yes, there is a lot you can do. There is a lot you can do. And I know it'll hurt some of you because you want some merch so bad. But a year of not buying merch. Come on. You could even save that money up and then after the end of the year, then go out and buy what the fuck you want because the damage will already be done to Disney and they'll have to course correct. They have to. You stop going to see their movies, you stop buying their DVDs, their Blu-rays, their merchandise, the whole lot. Right? I heard their Star Wars theme park anyway is gone to shit anyway, right? So people have already rejected that. But people need to be doing a lot more. A lot more. People go to Disneyland, right? Now, I know kids love Disneyland, right? And I know it'd be hard to say no to your kids, but where kids can be understand and do that, I'm not telling you not to bring your kids to Disneyland, but because that's a personal choice. But if you could bring them somewhere else instead, if they could accept the fact that you're not going to take them to Disneyland, I'd take them somewhere else. I would not give Disney any of my money whatsoever. People need to start making a stand, and there is YouTubers out there that do take a stand. And you all know who I'm talking about, those guys out there, and the ladies as well. And they fight a good fight. And people might laugh and say, what fight? There's a cultural war going on. There's there's a pop culture war. There's just social war going on. And anybody that doesn't believe that has their heads in the sand. Seriously. Beards are really trendy. My wife's got one too, says Sean Coogan. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Unknown 289 says if Big Finish Spider-Man tease is real, what would you think of some Big Finish Spider-Man stories and how could they do it? Well, there's one thing we know about Big Finish is that they've got a series of good writers. So, give it a chance, I suppose. If you want Disney merch, commission an indie comic book artist to draw something, they will do it. There you go, Don Smith. Thank you, Don Smith, for that. And there you go, guys. I love eating jam out of my beard, says Unknown 289. No, I wouldn't go that far now myself. Uh, why not buy merch second hand? The way they don't see any of the profits. I agree. I agree. Terry's best way to go. Best way to go. Gary says Disney believe their power will let them shape people's minds so that everyone will love whatever Disney decides to give them. But here's the thing, Disney have been powerful for a very, very long time. And you know what? This has been coming for a very, very long time. And right now, people need to realize Disney are vulnerable for not for the first time, but this is the most vulnerable Disney have been, right? It has. This has been the most vulnerable Disney has been right now. This is where we can really hurt Disney if everybody just is on the same wavelength. A boycott means a total boycott. It doesn't mean you select what movies you go and watch. And I'll keep repeating the same thing because it's important to get that message across. Boycott means boycott. Look at the way our mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers and their mothers and fathers before them, when they wanted something done, what did they do? They didn't half-arse it, did they? No, they went fully out and they did it. And they did it right. And that's what we must do. So anybody that talks about a boycott but then goes and watches or buys a DVD and saying, well, I'm just buying this one, but I'm not going to buy the rest. Well, then I've no time for it, to be quite honest with you. That's not a boycott. You just don't, I don't care how much you want it. You wait for that. You wait a year. Can you not wait a year? No. Just hurt them for a year with giving them no money and see what happens. You know, not much mightn't change, but at least you can all say you've made a stand. All right? You can actually hold your head up high and say that you've made a stand. All right? That's what it's all about. Hey, hi Noel and hi everyone else, not my Doctor Who. Welcome along. 4 a.m. in Australia. Morning, Noel. Good morning, Peter. How are you down under? Australia. Is it warm? Is it warm? It's actually quite warm here today. Believe it or not. Is it warm over there? I reckon it's warm. I say Australian mornings are beautiful, actually. War on the Mind says Bad Wolf 66. And Ben Bale says, hi, welcome, Ben Bale. Gary says, Nintendo World in Florida is expected to blow Disney World apart when it opens. Hopefully. You know me, I'm a Nintendo guy, so I'd be up for that. 10289 says, I wonder why Warner Brothers never thought of making a Looney Tunes world. That could have been fun. I agree. I like the Looney Tunes. Rocket Runner says, too warm here, making my four wilt. Says, poor Rocket Runner. Maybe you should jump in the pond for a few minutes. Stephen Cassidy says, evening, I didn't know there was a talk today. Stephen, what happened was the live stream. It's not actually happening again, but the live comments are actually on the pop-up because they're not working on the side here like the normal stream. But the stream keeps going in and out for some weird reason. I think it is issues with YouTube because I've been watching videos today as well where some of them, and it just seems to be affecting some areas. I'm in Blackpool. Not too bad here. Warm, but not melting yet. I like when it's cool though. Plunder Bunker says, hi again, Noel. Anything I've missed? You haven't missed much. We're just talking about the Sony and Disney and Spider-Man debacle and where I'm on the side, which side I'm kind of on. Well, I'm not kind of taking sides, but either way, as I said, the situation for fans, you know, there's going to be no winner. But I'd rather screw Disney over than, you know, let them have Spider-Man. To be quite honest with you. Do you have a Switch? I don't have a Nintendo Switch. Believe it or not, I haven't bought any of the latest Nintendo consoles because I switched over to PlayStation and I have a PlayStation 4. Actually, if anybody is ever interested in adding me on PlayStation 4 that has any, you know, we can have a few games. I have Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, I have FIFA 19, Red Dead Redemption 2. What else have I got? Grand Theft Auto 5, but I bleed and hate that I know everybody likes Grand Theft Auto, and I used to like Grand Theft Auto, but it gets boring after a while. I've been to Peppa Pig World. Believe me, it's shit, says John Guggen. Oh, some of you are coming out with some whoppers, man. Stephen Cassidy says Peppa Pig World. I agree. What the fuck? And then Bad Wolf 66, Peppa Pig Avengers. Oh my god, stop. You're gonna kill me. Ben Bale, you want free speech, but would you not let me talk about stuff that makes no sense? I don't know what that means. You're obviously John Giggs and you've changed to a different profile. You were talking about like transsexuals. This is a Doctor Who chat and a Sony chat, Disney, whatever, but it's not about sexuality. I was bringing up about Spider-Man sexuality. I don't know where transsexuals come into the whole conversation. I've been to Van Zoo. Does that count as Stephen Cassidy? Peppa Pig makes pasta salad with bacon. Ooh, pasta salad with bacon is nice. Uh, well done to me moderators who seem to be on the ball tonight. Fair play to you guys. You always do a great job. Um, I love Mario Kart and all I do. Do you know what that? Do you know what? Now I did tell you all this, right? So for any of you know, I grew up with the Nintendo consoles, basically, right? So I've always been a fan of Nintendo, right? But I have to admit, right, after Super Mario Brothers, right, those games, Mario Kart is one of my favorite all-time games. Oh man, I love Mario Kart, and I've heard the new ones are brilliant as well. Um, I tell you, I would. I think Sega have they've even went into the karty thing for Sonic as well. Um, yeah, I mean, look, I love all the. I still love all the retro games. I mean, you never for us. You're never going to beat the retro games. Don't get me wrong. Today's games are far more superior. I'm not going to lie, right, in every detail. But there's just something about retro games that just, I don't know. The fun is just, it's just a different level, I think. Did you ever go to Mr. Blobby Land? I know Mr. Blobby. He was on Noel's house party every Saturday. That's what I should have called this stream tonight. Noel's house party. John Guggen says on the Disney boycott, Disney's fingers are in every pie. They own loads of companies and subsidiaries. How can you avoid giving them your money? I do agree, but you could still. But here's the thing: you can still hurt them a lot. Do you know what I mean? I mean, John, I do get what you're saying, but I mean, if we all had that attitude, we'd never get anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you're being more diplomatic about it, and I get it. But I mean, we have to try something, mate. I mean, look, how many more years of this crap can we actually take? Do you know what I mean? And I think fans are at breaking point already. I mean, here's the thing, right? A lot of new fan. I'm a new fan. I'll put my hand up and say I'm a new fan to all these comic book movies, right? I start watching them obviously when Iron Man came out, right? But I never knew anything about Iron Man, Captain America. I heard of them, but I never read the comics. I'm gonna be honest here, right? But the thing about it is, when the movies came out at first, they were great movies. They kept me entertained. Now it's just they're using them to get a political point across or to get a certain agenda across. And how many? And you know what? It's the original. It's the fans of the comic books that I actually feel sorry for, because they're the original fans. I'm a new fan. I could put my hand up and say that. I've no problem saying I'm a new fan, right? But these fans that have bought the comic books throughout the years, right? That have bought the merchandise, that have their favorite characters, are actually watching on screen and watching them being destroyed in front of their eyes. You know, you've seen reaction trailers to when the first Star Wars movie made a comeback, and you see most of them, they're fathers and they're watching the trailer with the kids. And the fathers are all breaking down in the trailer because they're reliving their childhood again. And this is what Disney Sony and all these other companies, you're right, I'll add them all, will never understand. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't have genuine fans writing the stuff. They have people that just write stories. They're taking out whatever bits of the comics that they want to use, and they're leaving out part. The comic book fans are the ones I feel sorry for, right? Because they're being screwed over. I'm a new fan, but it still pisses me off to see the way the characters are going. Can you imagine what it's like for them? And that's why I'm so passionate about Doctor Who, because it's opposite for me. I'm a Doctor Who fan since a kid. I've bought the merchandise, I've invested in it, just like the comic book fans have. And I'm not saying anybody that hasn't watched the movies hasn't invested in the franchise. Of course, we all have, right? But them more so than us because they've been there from the beginning. And they're the ones I feel sorry for. So, look, we have to do something. How long do we let this crap go on and watch their beloved characters be destroyed by all this nonsense? And that's all it is. It's nonsense. And for what? For what? For a percentage of the population that's so minute that they're ignoring the rest? Doesn't make sense. They're technically on Sky now as Bad Wolf 66. They're superior except for the microtransactions and having to pay for stuff after you've already bought the game, says unknown 289. I'm a hot raccoon right now, lol, says Rocket Runner. Bad Wolf 66, it's like Cybus Industries taking over everything. Has the stream frozen for anybody else? I had to keep refreshing, says Rocket Runner. I don't know what's going on. I really don't, but I hope you've heard everything that I said there. Refreshed once today. Last night was a nightmare. Stephen Cassidy says, no, I was saying I like raccoons, a much unappreciated species. I also like moles and field mice. And Gary says, I'm a huge MCU fan, but I jumped off with Endgame. I'm completely done with Marvel, but I'll watch the final season of Agents of Shield. Yeah, I mean, look, it's something has to give. I mean, we can't keep going on. We can't keep going on like this. I mean, something has to reach its breaking point somewhere, and it's just ridiculous the way it's gone. And you know, you normally get phases throughout society, right? But normally they kind of fade out. This one hasn't faded out yet, which is annoying me. Because this has been planned. All this crap, right, has been planned for years. Look at people have gotten themselves in the right positions of power, and they've been waiting to jump out and give us all this crap. Now we can fight back to a certain extent, and as I said, okay, some people will disagree, some people will agree with me boycott. But I think, what have we got to lose? You know what I mean? So I don't know. We have to see. Let's see now. I had to refresh the live chat, by the way. I really don't know what's going on with this. With this, the last time I seen something like this was in a movie. It was when there was a big meteor coming towards the Earth, and all the internet start going all weird. Maybe we're all gonna croak or something. Milan Reviews is here, and hello, mate. Nice to see you. Rocket Runner says, well, the SJWs do seem to be at the top right now, but the problem with that for them is once you are at the top, the only way is down. The only way is up, baby. Not according to Yazoo, was it? Yeah, no. Yeah, Yaz, was it? Or whatever you call them. Don Smith, this work now. And everybody is saying hello to Milan Reviews. Hello, everybody. Right, the live comments that I don't know, they're coming in very slow. I don't know if everybody has given up on the live comments. Let me see. There's 22 people watching actually still. If you haven't given the video a like, please give the video a like. Press that notification bell if you haven't already. And make sure if you are subscribed to me already that you're still subscribed. Also, I just like to say that for anybody that's new, we normally do go live on a Monday night, a Wednesday night, and a Friday night from 10 p.m. UK time to 1 p.m. But of course, if anything goes wrong, then I may do another stream, which I have been doing lately. Or if any news breaks, I will obviously be straight on that. So yeah, so the regular live streams are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So again, as I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do check that notification bell because people are still telling me that they're not getting notifications for the videos. And also give the video a like if you haven't already. Now we'll get back into the live chat. Where is the live chat? It's disappeared on me there now again. What's going on with this, man? Seriously. Oh, no. Right, hold on. And hopefully now this, I don't know, everything is up to date on this Chromebook and all. I don't know what's going on. Oh, and apparently because, yeah, I just want to point out something. So, Cheryl was telling me that because there's such a backlash, Google Hangouts is not going anywhere anytime soon now, apparently. So apparently Google Hangouts is still there. So that'll be interesting because I've wanted to bring a lot of people on. That's why I decided to do the phone calls. But a lot of you seem to be shy. There's only a couple the same regular callers, which I don't mind, which are actually brilliant. But it'd be nice to it would be nice to have some other callers. That'd be great. Oh, the live comments are flooding back all of a sudden now. Here we go. Right, so just in case I've missed any of your comments, I'm going to go back because you know me, I try not miss any of your comments. I know I did last night, but that's because obviously it wouldn't work properly. So we are unknown 289 says Disney are pushing out their Disney Plus streaming service to rival Netflix and Amazon Prime. It looks bad, and it's only going to have the Disney things to watch. And Therese said, "What happened to the phone in?" As I've said, you know, people say they'll come on, but some people get very shy. So, look, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'll just pick a night between either Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. That's just one night for phone-ins and conversation. And then at least that way, then people can gear themselves up. If you are interested, add me on Messenger. Obviously, if you're a new subscriber, obviously, wait a couple of weeks until I get to know you, see what you are like, and then obviously, then if everything is okay, then I will bring you on. We had 3 trolls the last time, and I just, you know, I don't want to bring the mood of the live stream down when someone gets on like that. So, you know, I have to be careful with the people that I bring on. I'd call in, but day jobs got in the way, which way I could rearrange something. Yeah, well, as I said, so listen, what I'll do is I'll put a poll up on Twitter after this live stream, and I will ask the simple question: what night would you like the Doctor Who phone in to happen? The options will be Monday, Wednesdays, and no, actually, it can only be Mondays and Wednesdays, because Fridays then we obviously don't talk about Doctor Who, or we're not really supposed to. We talk about some other stuff, like we were just talking about earlier, games and stuff like that. But so yeah, so the option will be Monday or Wednesday. So you guys, if you do follow me on Twitter, I'll put the poll up obviously after this live stream, and you can vote on that, and uh whatever, I will end the poll. What's it? It's Saturday now, so I'll end the poll tomorrow, right? Tomorrow evening, and whatever the poll result is, that'll be the day that we'll have the phone in. So then everybody will know then there's a set day, and that'll be every week. It'll be the same day every week. So as I said, when I put the poll up, get voting. Peter Davis has said shy. I know. Look, normally I'm a wreck when I'm on a phone. I'm actually surprised I'm far more relaxed on camera. West Troy said, I know I'm not allowed to phone in. I don't know who you are unless you've again set up another fake account. I mean, look. See, this is why I won't interact with people like yous, because you know you get blocked, and instead of like doing the mature thing and walking away, you keep setting up different accounts. Don't like that. Don Smith, I'd call it. Oh, I read that. Stephen Cassidy, I'm reading you, but at the same time, reading the articles on Digital Spy. What a bunch of no marks. Disbelieving fools. I wouldn't be listening to that. And they say, I mean, I pull up a few other articles when they talk about Doctor Who. Some of them do be funny now, to be quite honest with you. And I think what was a what culture, I think it was, or was it, I don't know, one of them anyway said 10 ways to save Sirius 12, and one was to bring back Peter Capaldi. Cheryl is here in the live comments. Hello. Hangouts won't change to chat before June 2020 and will stay with G Suite users. I don't have Facebook or Messenger anyway. Well, here, if Google Hangouts is working or whatever, we'll find different ways of getting you all on. I'm not a troll. Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. West Troy, we'll see. We'll. I mean, I don't know why you made that comment that I wouldn't let you phone in. Is it because I said wait a couple of weeks? If that's the case, wait a couple of weeks, man, and you can come phone in. Seriously, everybody here will tell you. Hey Noel, best wishes to Cheryl. Well, Cheryl is here now, so you can all give her use our best wishes there. And I'm glad she's actually here, because I really appreciate all the concern, well wishes, and prayers. Your kindness is overwhelming. Yeah, I know. They all love you, baby. They all love you, just like I do. Stephen Cassidy says, the prison warden says I'm not allowed to phone in. My privileges would be revoked. Look, as I said, as I said, I'll put up a poll on Twitter, right? And you can vote on Monday or Wednesday. And then if you are out of prison by that time, then you know, then all well and good. You can all join me on it live. Peter says, "How I know? Best wishes to Cheryl. Never cede an inch to woke psychopaths. Women and people of color welcome as supporting stars, but not the Doctor. Let them create their characters, not steal ours." And John Google says, "No franchise in science fiction. Example, the YC or the MCY, the DCEU, etc. Good or a bad thing." You mean all these extent? Oh, just I don't know. Do you know what? I think this whole thing now kind of needs to stop for a few years. Do you know? Do you know what? I am. I'm not. There's only a couple of movies, not even on Marvel side of it, but DC. There's a couple of movies, but I don't know. Maybe the superhero thing needs a good rest for a while. Sony Peter missed your message. Hi. Yeah, didn't he unsub Sony? What an idiot. Ballstrack seems to be getting a photo with Capaldi. He announced it on his Twitter. Woohoo! Oh yeah, he is actually meeting Peter Capaldi. I forgot to mention that. Oh, and also, he's not here in the comments, but obviously, you all know him because he does be here normally. It's Chuckzilla's birthday today. Was it today? I got a notification for his birthday, so it must be today. It's Chuckzilla's birthday today, so if Chuckzilla pops into the feed and you all see him there, wish him a happy birthday, yeah? Hey, now going back to Doctor Who, I'd love to see that disappearing silver guy that shot the spears in the Five Doctors come back when Doctor Who is good again. At Don Smith there, Raston Warrior Robot, says Gary. Yeah, well, look, I mean, if Doctor Who starts getting good again, then we'll all be excited for that. And then bring back whoever you want to bring back once it's done, once the villains or the characters are done properly and there's justice done to them. I'm always up for a bit of a chat, but would love to hear from you guys. It's my job to talk in public, so I know it's a daunting, but it does get easier. Says Yvette. Will Bolstrack ask Capaldi about what happened to him on Doctor Who? I don't know. To be quite honest with you, you know how those things go. He'll probably get a few minutes, not even a few minutes with him, but hopefully, I don't know. I don't think Bolstrack would ask him. And I don't think Peter Capaldi would be the type of guy to blab open his mouth, to be honest with you. So I don't think it would be there'd be any point in asking him, to be quite honest with you. Milan Review says Capaldi won't be allowed to answer. Exactly. You can't imagine what he's saying, planned already in action, P. And Don Smith says, Yvette, what do you do? Yeah. And John Coogan says, no. I'm right here. Yvette says, Cheryl says, Yvette is a resident genius. She's a quantum physicist. That's what I was supposed to say last night. I did. I just said a mucho. Mucho. Yeah, people are saying they have to refresh the live chat. It's always the bleeding the same. You better leave me alone, YouTube. I might have to refresh it myself now. This is ridiculous. There's 29 people watching right now at the moment. If you haven't gave the video a like, please give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please check that notification bell if you have. Let's see these live chats now. Yeah, give me another one of those muchos. Don Smith said Denny Vec could be a tech advisor for when Doctor Who is good again. Good idea. No, personal question. You're my favorite YouTuber. Who is your favorite YouTuber? Oh. Well, actually, I have. As I said, for me right now, the holy trinity of YouTubers is Ballstrek, Neurotic, and Doomcock. I like those three YouTubers a lot. Obviously, I have others that I like. Obviously, Tardis, Nerdaholics. I like a lot. But my favorite Wingy was one that I really enjoyed watching. But I think he's kind of gone off the boil a bit, isn't he? He doesn't do many Doctor Who videos anymore. What was that? Get away! Back at the midget fly. Hey! This is my domain. There's Chuckzilla. Chuckzilla is in the live stream, so everybody wish Chuckzilla a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chuckzilla. Happy birthday to you. Woo! There you go. You got a little sing song there as well. Wingy did a 4th Doctor video 2 days ago. Woo! Brilliant. Tom Baker. Obviously, it was going to be Tom Baker. Nice. Love Paul Streck, but Professor Dinkles is the best. Yeah, we haven't had Professor Dinkles in a while, though. Everybody wishing Chuckzilla a happy birthday. So, how old are you, fella? If that's not a rude question to ask. The big 5-0, half a century. Good man yourself. I've got 10 years of that to go, but I'm nearly there. 50, happy birthday. I hope you're doing something nice besides watching me. Right, we've got about, just to let you know, we've got about 15 minutes left. And then I'm going to bring the dog out and actually go and have me dinner. I haven't had me dinner yet, believe it or not. Because I was watching the football, but we won't mention that. Ted wants in now because he hears you eating the mojos. Well, let him in. Wow, so sorry. I just turned 50 in June, still depressed. Ah, Jesus. You think he's about ready to be carted into an old folks' home the way he's are going on? He's aren't old. 50 is young. Get away. Last video seen of El Patreon, he was talking about making a Doctor Who game, says Unknown 289. I turned 45 on the 13th, says Don Smith. And Ted, come here. Now. And of course, you know, the streams wouldn't be the same without the little guest. And here he is. How are you, buddy? How are you getting on today? Tell everybody how you're getting on. How you doing? Yeah. You doing a good boy? You being a good boy? Yeah? Yeah? You a better actor than Jodie Whittaker? Are you? You a better actor than Jodie Whittaker? Jodie Whittaker's gone from Doctor Who. And Chris Chibnall. Screw you. Woo, woo, woo. Say hello to everybody. Wow, a lot of young pensioners here. The only young one is Ted, says on 289. Oh my God, it's Teddy time. Teddy time. Teddy time. Hey, buddy. They all love you. Look at. Please tell me Ted is named after Father Ted. Ah, no. Do you know what? If you want to believe that, you can believe that. I'm only messing. Nah, he was named. I named him after Ted, the teddy bear, the movie Ted. Yeah, isn't it really good? Mwah. The power behind the throne. All hail King Ted. So, Ted, do you like Peter Capaldi? Yeah? Do you like Jodie Whittaker? Do you see the way his head moves as soon as I mention her name? Watch. Watch this. Watch this. No. You see the Chris. Hold on. If you do this one more, I'll let you down, right? Listen, look at me. Look at me. Let's do it again, right? Ted, do you like Peter Capaldi? Do you like Jodie Whittaker? No. Now, the power behind the throne is the missus, says Don Smith. Well, you know what they say, Don. Behind every great man, there's an equally great woman. And that is true. And yes, I call myself great. Yes, I've got an ego. No, I don't. I'm only messing. I am great. Milan Review says Ted does a much more convincing performance of a king than Jodie Whittaker does of the Doctor. And Cheryl is our queen, says Yvette. And Don Smith says, I'm married up too. And Ted just found something on the floor. What did you find? Did you find one of my muchos that I dropped earlier? Do you know they have no? Go over and have a glass of water. Go on. King Ted, please bestow us with more Peter Capaldi stories featuring K9. Actually, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about before I do actually leave. So, as you all know yourselves, I don't just cover the main show. I've obviously started to do videos on Big Finish. Now, people will say, well, why are you doing videos on Big Finish? Well, I want to kind of start highlighting Big Finish a little bit more because I think as fans, Big Finish deserves a lot more attention than this era does, to be quite honest. So you're going to see over the next while anyway, any new Big Finish releases that are slated to come out, I will obviously do my usual article videos on them. So yeah, I want to highlight obviously Big Finish because yeah, I watched The Chase this evening. It was quite heartbreaking, poor Hartnell. I am actually watching right now. I'm actually watching the Three Doctors. I actually watched the first two parts last night. I'm still on the Pertwee era, so I'm actually on the Three Doctors right now, and obviously Hartnell's in that, and you could see his health had really deteriorated by then. Um, I keep saying this: that guy would have gladly died in the role, and without him, I suppose, and without Patrick Troughton as well, because remember, Patrick Troughton took over from uh, Hartnell, and I don't think Troughton gets as much credit as he deserves. He deserves a lot more than what he's getting anyway. Um, he looks ill in the chase, says Stephen Cassidy. Uh, it's sad. It's sad, I have to say. Um, but I'm glad. I'm enjoying the three. Like I've watched the Three Doctors before, but it's been a while, and I'm enjoying it. Even though he looks ill and all, he's still there, doing these lines. You know, and I like that. It was nice of them to do that. To be quite honest with you. Um, so yeah, I just wish they'd show the. I just wish they'd start showing the show a little bit of respect. BBC. It's time that they did. I always thought Gazes should do a sequel to an adventure in time featuring Troughton. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded that myself, to be honest with you. Um, Obviously he couldn't really go wrong because the source material is there. I mean, some of these episodes in Doctor Who haven't been great, but in saying that, like, there is some that I do absolutely love, and he the first couple of seasons at Sherlock are actually quite okay. Well, first season is definitely brilliant, but the second one, started to go downhill anyway. It just happens. I think at that time, both of them were kind of doing Doctor Who and Sherlock, and that can actually have an effect. Um, I think if he's given room to breathe and he actually is concentrating on one project, he can actually deliver, and he did deliver in that movie. I mean, he made me cry, and that's a sign of a good writer. When you're supposed to get people to feel something, and he did. He understood, and he actually understood how William Hartnell's character and the Doctor should be written. Guys, gotta go. Have a great weekend. Stay cool. Speak to you all soon, says Yvette. Goodbye, Yvette. Rocket Runner says, you say goodbye as well. Unknown 289. Hartnell was amazing Doctor. I prefer his Doctor stories the most. There was loads of creativity, character development, and interesting and fun concepts. Chuckzilla, Doctor. How did you know it was my birthday? Because there's a notification up on YouTube, mate. It comes up when it's your birthday. You've obviously, I'm not. Obviously, you can change the settings if you don't want anybody to actually know your birthday. But if you don't change the settings, it comes up on YouTube when your birthday. So that's how I found out, because we're obviously friends on YouTube. Oh, on Facebook it comes up. If Hartnell hadn't been so great, we wouldn't be here today talking about Doctor Who, says Gary. I agree. Um, I mean, yeah, of course. But again, same token with Patrick Troughton. And look, some people don't like Patrick Troughton, and he had got big shoes to fill. But if his Doctor wasn't a success either, we wouldn't be here. And clearly it was, because it was able to continue after Troughton. Do you know what I mean? And it continued after that. So, look, again, yeah, I'm really look at when I'm sitting here watching a class. I have such a smile on my face. It's just so intelligently written. Some of the stories, some of them go a bit on the wayside. Some of them might have a bit too many parts, but you got to look at the overall. And overall, I'm far more impressed with than I've ever been, to be honest with you, looking at it again a lot older. It's far more superior than what we've gotten in recent years. And overall, in general, to be honest with you, like 2005, it did come back with a bang. And I do like RTD's era, but it wasn't, let's be honest, it's not as some fans would call it pure Doctor Who. It was a slight reboot of the franchise, you know. And then Moffat did a slight reboot, and then Chibnall came in and got that wrecking ball that bleeding fucking Miley Cyrus was on, and fucking broke down everything. He came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah. He bloody screwed us all. Yeah, he promised us all change, but good change, and he gave us nothing but crap. Hard to believe in those days it was 42 episodes a year, says Gary. Yeah, but you see, here's the thing, right? Yeah, I agree with you, but they were able to do it because, you know, they had people. Look, we know Classic Who is not perfect, but I had a lot more good than it did bad, in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know. You look, there's, as I said, there's people out there that still criticize the classic era as well, right? Just like there's people out there that criticize the new Who era, right? The problem that I have is that fans try to put it under all the same umbrella. That's the same show. It's not the same show. It wasn't the same show when it came back in 2005. So don't even be kidding yourselves, right? Classic Who is a completely different animal to the Doctor Who that we get today and since 2005. There was none of this love interest business and crap. He felt affection for his companions, yes, right? And I'm watching Pertwee, and he's very affectionate towards Joe in it. And actually, Joe is actually, do you know what? I forgot how great Joe actually is with Pertwee. She actually has a few scene stealers herself. Um, she's she's brilliant. Like, do you know what I mean? And there's no agenda behind that character or anything. She was just a strong lead. Like, don't get me wrong, there was times where the doctor told her, "No, Joe, you're not going anywhere," and she go, "I want to go," and he was like, "No, you're staying here," like, and she do what she was told. But then there was other times where she said, "I'm going," and that's it, and he just agreed, "Okay, Joe," because that's what she signed up for. Do you know what I mean? But there was none of this like SJW feminist crap going through it. Do you know what I mean with her character? Do you know what I mean? She asserted her authority because she felt she could offer more. It wasn't because she felt far superior than her male counterpart. And this is what is going on today in modern entertainment. They're doing it at the expense of male characters, and that's not how you do it. And you know what? You hear other people slag us off and say, "But you just keep saying the same thing." But it's fucking true. It's that simple, though. So, any Doctor Who news have been asked? Well, the only Doctor Who news is the Doctor Who news that was broken over. When was it broken? Yesterday. Was the Cybermen news. What is interesting though is that they did put up, the people that put the photographs up did say that the Cybermen looked more robotic, and you actually see it. So my source was right there. My source not only told us that the Cybermen were coming back a few months back, right? My source actually got specific information again, right? By saying that they're robotic, and it looks like they're robotic. As I said last night, if there's still people out there, and I'm not talking about anybody in the live comments here because I know how you all feel about it, but there's been people writing to me. You know, they'll send me messages on Twitter, DMs on Twitter, or they'll private message me on on Messenger or wherever it is, right? And then the first thing they'll say, "Listen, love your videos." Some will say, "I love your videos, but what's the story? How 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 uh how reliable is your source?" Well, I'll just do a quick recap, right? So the Jadone announcement, the BritBox announcement, and now the Cyberman information, right? Three things that my source have said. Now, we all know how sources work. Sources are not going to get everything spot on. They're not going to get everything correct. But if a source gets three things right, okay, I don't think there's any question of real reliability now at this stage. Do you know what I mean? And it's not about me. Some people are saying, "Oh, you are vindicated and all." No, my source was, as I said, I put the information out there, and I've always said from day one in the very first video that I did, right? Take this information how you want. You either believe me, you don't have to believe me. Take it with a pinch of salt. It's up to you. And I've always said that, right? So, I mean, for me, it's not a case of me being vindicated because I honestly don't give a crap. I even said if it all turned out to be false and I was being led up the garden path, I'd be the one that would actually take the hit on it. You know what I mean? And if that meant that my subscriber count went all the way down, well, so be it. So be it. But I'll take responsibility for it, right? I'll take responsibility for it. But let's be honest, right? As I said, the BritBox has happened, right? Obviously, the Jadone announcement, right? Got the location of where they were going to appear as well, right? And now the Cybermen announcement, and also the source said that they would look more robotic. So I don't know what else my source needs to do to prove to anybody else out there that they're reliable. I think they have shown pretty much so that they are reliable. As I said, no source is going to get anything 100% correct. There's other rumors flying around every day, like there's a different rumor flying around or a different piece of speculation or whatever, right? At the end of the day, what my source tries to do is to try to sift through all the stuff that they're told and, you know what I mean, then try to get it corroborated by other people. So I've said this before, when my source gets the information, you don't just give it to me and say, look, they haven't checked. They've checked everything before they put it out there, right? And as I said as well, things obviously do change throughout. Sure, filming was supposed to end and everything, as we all know. It was reported. And then my source came back to me, as you all know. I said, no, what's happening now is that there's reshoots and there's redos or whatever the exact information was. But I gave it out. And I told, and then there's people saying, but I thought you said Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall are gone. Well, Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker still haven't been seen, so I don't know where you're getting that they're around. The Cybermen will look more robotic to match Jodie's acting, says Gary. I agree. Crusader says, hello, Crusader. You've joined us just at the end of the stream, just about, because we're about to end. But I'll just read out the last few comments here. Pertwee said the doctor's asexual. None of that sort of stuff. Unknown 289. John and Tom also had huge impact on the role and the show. John Pertwee redefined the role for the 70s and color television. Tom Baker was the one who made an icon out of the role. That would be the way fans see it. I would actually, watching John Pertwee's era now, I would actually have to say I think he's up there jointly with Tom Baker, to be quite honest with you. I'm really falling in love with his Doctor all over again. But the Cybermen will look more robotic. I see that there's another comment deleted here. Michael Jackson was going to be the Doctor in the TV movie along with John Hurt. I have actually read something on that. Obviously the fan theories and all. Did I actually put that up? I don't know if I actually put that up. But there was plans to have Michael Jackson, and that wasn't just a rumor. That was a thing that was actually supposed to be. There was even rumors that Michael Jackson, you say the Doctor, but some people were saying to me he might have been an alien in it. Craig says, and Doctor Who after the movie was meant to have an American reboot, no even being sci-fi, but this didn't happen because of the bad ratings for the movie. Unknown 289 says, and a bunch of other candidates. Look, we'll just have to see what happens now in the next couple of days. As I said, tomorrow's the 4th of September. I have said this a few days back or a few nights back that apparently there's supposed to be some sort of announcement in September. Tomorrow is September the 1st. I'm not necessarily saying there will be an announcement tomorrow, but let's be honest, quite traditionally, some of the announcements have been the weekend, either a Saturday or a Sunday, even a Monday. So, I'm not saying it'll be at the start of the month, but don't be surprised if something comes out. Don't be surprised anyway. With the Cyberman news breaking all over the place, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they come out with. Well, duh, we know. We don't want to know that though. We want to know what happened in Cardiff and why have you kept silent for so long. Don Smith says we want the Doctor in our hearts, the hearts of our children, where Michael Jackson was. I'm not reading that because I was a Michael Jackson fan, and I don't believe any of the stuff about him. That was apparently a list of 100 candidates for the role of the Doctor in the TV movie. Says unknown. Deleted comment by accident. Sorry, buddy. Says, all right, John. Yeah, that sometimes happens. No, tomorrow's is the 24th of August. What, am I a week ahead? Am I a week ahead? No. Tomorrow's the 25th. Am I a week ahead? Oh my God. It just goes to show you where my head is at. We're a week away. I thought we were actually at the end of the month this weekend. Hold on. What? What? Huh? Oh, it is. Oh my God! I've lost all touch with reality. I actually thought this weekend was fucking September. Where did I get that from? I know where I got that from. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I bet the announcement is Twitter's gone said Cybermen are confirmed. That's what I reckon anyway, when it does happen next weekend, maybe. Jesus Christ, man. Patterson Joseph said he feels like he could do it as as Doctor Who. As I said, it doesn't matter who gets the role. Once they're the best actor for the job. It's as simple as that. And even if some fans at the time think that the choice that they make is the wrong one, at the end of the day, you've got to believe that this time BBC are actually, but again, it's the BBC, so I kind of laugh at the BBC. Is it true that the show is moving back to Saturdays? Again, that was another thing that my source broke to me. We broke this months ago again. Then the papers picked it up a month or two ago. I think, if I remember, we actually broke it way back in February. I think as early as late January that Doctor Who was planning on going back to Saturdays, and that still seems to be the case. But again, no official announcement. So again, as I said, we will just have to wait. But that is one of the other things that my source has spoken about. So again, BBC silence is just so it's I don't know. It's just because if so, it might be on my birthday, because my birthday is on a Saturday next year. Nice. You'll have Doctor Who on a Saturday. You don't want to ruin your birthday, though, do you? Like, seriously? Why would you ruin your birthday watching this era? Ruin your birthday. What's that? Do you want to say goodbye to everybody before I go? Is that what it is? Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. No? Okay. Oh, come here. Yeah. Oh, he's all happy. If you're happy, then you know we'll clap your paws. Yeah. Sit there, you. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, let's play wrestling. I'm ferocious, Teddy. I'm ferocious. Too angry, Teddy. Right. Right. So listen, unless something happens over the weekend, you won't see me on live or the live till Monday. In the meantime, as I said, after this live stream, I will have a video up in about 15 minutes after. So just watch out for that anyway. And guys, by the way, if you have subscribed, right, let me know actually in the comments when I put that new video up if you've got a notification for it. Because it'll be interesting to see who's getting notifications and who isn't getting notifications. Obviously, as I said, if you're new to the live stream, thank you for the support. If you want to go that little extra step further, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Give this video a like as well if you've liked what I had to say. Normally, don't like this was just a kind of because last night's live stream went a bit tits up. I just decided to come on. This was a bit of far more kind of relaxing conversation on Mondays and Wednesdays. We kind of really go all out in the live streams. So this is mild compared to most videos. This has been. It's been a bit more relaxing. And then on Friday nights, then we every Friday is going to be a different theme night. So we've already had an 80s night, which we will go back and do at once again at some stage. We've had a conspiracy theory, the conspiracy zone. We've had that as well. So we do that as well. So we're going to be having every Friday, we do a different kind of topic on Friday. But Mondays and Tuesdays will be Doctor Who. Now, again, it's up to you to decide what night I should say, you want those live calls. So I'll put a poll up on Twitter. Vote for Monday night live phone call in or Wednesday nights. That is up to you guys. Listen, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will talk to you all on Monday and stay safe and don't forget to subscribe and do all those other things. And I will put that video up for you shortly. It won't be too long up. I'll say I'll have it up before 8:30 anyway. It's 8:15 here, UK Irish time. So 15 minutes from where you are. I will take Rocket Runner. I'll take that as a vote for Monday. Okay, no problem. That'll be no problem at all. What I'll do is actually I might put one up on Facebook as well if I can, and then tally the votes off both and see try get as many people as I can on. Just on 289 says it was my birthday last year. I'm sorry, I just had to laugh. Haha, that's true. I don't want to ruin my birthday, but he's never been on my birthday before since I've been alive. Well then, that'll be something to look forward to, I suppose. Later and all, and you guys. So don't forget, I'll have that video up later and all that other stuff. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. And Cheryl sends our love, obviously. She's been in the comments. But thank you all for caring so much. I really appreciate it. And Ted says good night as well. So good night from us all. Bye. Do, do, do.